Hello, my name is Matthias Cavotti. I'd like to welcome guys to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Contest of Champions 2. I already covered the first two issues in the first video. Now we're going to do issues 3 to 5. So we're going to finish this thing off. These tournament where superheroes have to fight, these type of stories, they always have this really dumb premise. It's just an excuse to see our favorite characters battle it out. Obviously, one's going to root for the character that one likes the most. You want to see how they stack up against other characters. Pretty much where all the fun is with these type of stories. They're also pretty much shameless cash grabs too. So, as I discussed in the first video about this story, the story itself is written by Chris Claremont, and we have art by Oscar Jimenez. It came out, I think, in 1999. I remember that between each issue, there was an eternity for them to come out. So we start off issue 3, Cable fighting against Scarlet Witch. Back then, well, still, up until today, I was a massive Cable fan. So I thought to myself, this is easy as hell. Cable's going to take Scarlet Witch down in a lickety-split. But Scarlet Witch's hex powers are giving Cable a hard time. I really like the detail that Scarlet Witch's hex powers, since Cable has traveled through time and stuff like that, Scarlet's hexes sort of mess with him, and you see like multiple Cables from different timelines. This really messes Cable up. Also, Cable, thanks to this, realizes that this whole situation is a setup. He discovers who's the big bad behind this story. That, spoilers, like, it's a fun read. Like, we have a big mystery, as I said before in a previous video, who's the big villain behind this whole situation. It's I call them Brood. I've called them Brood my whole life, for the Brood Queen. Scarlet Witch comes out on top. Also, we get to see the first hint that the Brood are behind this, because as I discussed in the previous video, all the losers from these respective battles in this tournament are teleported to this weird alien jungle and are hunted down by these weird monsters. And one of these monsters for the first time, we start to see Brood trying to hunt down and eat the heroes. So because of Scarlet Witch's hex powers, because she did like this weird chaos magic hex explosion, she accidentally like teleports into this jungle, this really weird futuristic car where we get these two new characters introduced to us for the first time, which are called Rosetta and Lockdown. Like, outside of the story, I think these characters outside of this started popping up in Fantastic Four during that time. My memory's really fuzzy. I'm getting old. So we cut to the next battle. Here's like one of the few things I didn't like about this story. We have the Slingers, which was actually a weird team related to Spider-Man and the New Warriors. Instead of battling it out, they have a basketball match. For some reason, I would have thought seeing these two hero teams fight would have been super interesting, but they do this lame basketball match where the New Warriors win. Here's another thing that I didn't like, is that Psylocke was one of the first ones to lose in the tournament. Ends up in this jungle, and she's made a body armor out of the dead aliens she's been killing. So even though this came out before Alien vs. Predator, I thought this was super lame. At least it just didn't work for me. Sort of weird, this crossover, this miniseries, like the two main characters, there's a lot of focus on Psylocke, on Iron Man, later on with Rogue and Miss Marvel, future Captain Marvel. It's sort of a weird set of characters to have focus on, especially during this time. So we get the big reveal. The Brood Queen is the one behind this whole plot. What they're trying to do is get the best out of the best of all these heroes for the best host bodies for the Brood. Especially for the Queen. She has like this special secret plan that we're going to get into in a couple of minutes. She really doesn't want Wolverine to win this tournament, because this is a reference to an old school Claremont story where Wolverine just plowed through hordes upon hordes of Brood. They couldn't stop him. He was killing these alien cucarachas left and right. And you sort of see him, not off panel, but like on the computer screen, Wolverine taking down Hercules. What a waste of potential. That battle would have been really awesome to see it in these pages. So we cut to a bunch of other battles. We have Beast versus Spider-Man. I guess Spider-Man would win, and he does. Domino versus Luke Cage. Domino wins. Hawkeye versus Wasp. It's sort of up the. I don't know who should win, but Hawkeye does. Iron Fist defeats Colossus. I think it does work. Daredevil defeats Firestar. I really think Firestar should win. Justice loses to Phoenix. Gambit defeats Quicksilver. I think Quicksilver should win all the way, but that's the writer's decision. Black Panther takes down the whole team of New Warriors. Deadpool takes down Generation X, even though here in this panel it's X-Force. Black Widow takes down Wonder Man. No way. Invisible Woman defeats Iron Fist. Yes, I guess so. Final battle in issue 3 is Thor versus Storm. I was a massive, massive X-Men fan during this time, and I thought there was no chance on Earth that Storm can defeat Thor, and that is the case. Thor does come out on top. So we jump to issue number 4. We get Captain America and Black Panther battling it out in this issue. And to my surprise, some people actually got the vote for these battles. Like there's 2 battles. This one, Deadpool versus Daredevil, and Hawkeye versus Gambit. Those battles were actually voted by the fans. And this battle between Deadpool and Daredevil, oh man, I really didn't like it. Like Deadpool out of nowhere has this decoy baby that distracts Daredevil, and that's how he gets the upper hand and defeats him. I thought that was just really stupid. Like, where the hell did Deadpool get that? Stupid comic book logic. I think these things too much. So then after that, Black Widow gets destroyed. Totally obliterated by Thor. But before that, Black Widow took out all of X-Force. That doesn't make sense. Like X-Force took down Iron Man, but then Black Widow takes them down. It just Phoenix defeats the Thing, and the Brood Queen's plan is actually use Rogue's powers, have her absorb her mind into her body. The Brood Queen's mind into Rogue's body, take over her body, and then absorb all the other heroes' powers and become this uber powerful super villain lady, Brood Queen. Take over the world and take vengeance on the X-Men and on humanity and have broods go all over the place. Whatever the hell the Brood Queen wants to do. But yes, she does have a bone to pick with the X-Men. Then we get a battle between Hulk and Deadpool where Hulk just obliterates Deadpool. That's just perfect. That's the way it should be. Then we have Spider-Man taking down Domino. Yes, I guess that's the way it should be too. Black Panther versus Captain America. That's like this is what I would lean into. No, for me, both of these characters are so evenly matched. It should be a draw. But Black Panther, due to the nanites that are controlling the hero's brains that I discussed in the previous video, he's sort of off his game. And Captain America is able to take him down. But also, Captain America is sort of like shaking off the effect of the nanites. He realizes something's wrong. Also, this is a time where Captain America has that photon shield that I'm going to cover now in a couple videos about Mark Waid's Captain America. Then we have Gambit defeat Wolverine. Like, oh, really? But Gambit gets a little help with evil Queen Brood Rogue. How he scores that victory. So, in the last issue, there's a real cool moment that Hawkeye, also possessed by these nanites, doesn't like the people that came out on top. He wants to steal the victory from everyone. He actually attacks the Hulk, Rogue, Gambit, Thor, Phoenix, Spider-Man, all of them at the same time. It's pretty hilarious. We get a battle between Gambit and Hawkeye, where I think Gambit is the one that comes out on top. But once this happens, evil Rogue, Brood Queen Rogue, absorbs all of the hero's powers, becomes insanely powerful. I forgot to mention the foot soldiers or the helpers of the Brood are the brothers of Badoon, something like that. Those evil bad guys that made the universe uninhabitable for the Guardians of the Galaxy way down in the future of the Marvel Universe. What happens is that Miss Marvel, who was in this containment bin, is able to break free. Miss Marvel really hates the Brood. Also, old school reference to Chris Claremont's X-Men. and has issues with Rogue. So here's sort of, we have a certain closure between the conflict that we had between Rogue and Miss Marvel, because Rogue absorbed her mind and stole her life for a pretty long time. Also, Miss Marvel against the Brood. They did experiments on her and really messed her up. So it's in a real weird way. The end focus of the story revolves around Miss Marvel out of nowhere, and it's fun. It's a fun story. Like, outside of this really bad video where I just focused and ranted and yelped about these battles, it's a fun ride. It's a dumb story, but I hope you guys like this video, and see you guys next time. Bye.